Is, do you just wake up one morning and say, I think I'll take up sword swallowing?
No, it's not something that, it takes quite a bit of practice and training in order to learn how to actually swallow a sword. It took me 3 years practicing about 10, 12 times a day, every day, before I got my first sword down.
Are there books? I mean, how did you learn this?
There are no books, there are no videos, there's really very little information out there. I happened to run into a sword swallower. I was doing fire eating at the time, ran into a sword swallower up in Nashville.
Yeah.
And I bugged the heck out of this guy, George the Giant, about 7'3", and he wouldn't give me any tips. He said the only two things are, don't do it, it's extremely dangerous. That's why there's less than a dozen sword swallowers out today. And that was in '98.
Have you ever, I mean, you had a close call puncturing the stomach. Have you heard of any bad accidents with folks doing this?
Yes. Last year, it took me about a year and a half. I did a full survey of all the sword swallowers around the world. We interviewed about 46 sword swallowers around the world for the British Medical Journal, and got published in the British Medical Journal last December. And a lot of sword swallowers did have a lot of accidents. It is obviously, if you do something, it's kind of like Russian roulette. If you do something like this enough, something bad can happen. So every time I do it, I have to be prepared. I have to treat each time as if it were the first time, or it could be my last.
Right. So do not try this at home. We want to tell everybody, do not try this at home.
Lisa's going to participate a little bit
in this.
Am I
participating?
Sure you can.
Better you than me.
Let me try a little one first. This is actually a brand new sword.
You're scaring me because this one is new.
Now you can check to make sure that that's real. You can feel the blade if you want to.
No, that's okay.
And that's solid steel, right?
Yes,
There's no buttons. It's not going to fold up in the handle.
No.
And this one is only going to go down to right about here, just past my breastbone here, into about the center of my chest cavity. But this will be just a little one here for us, okay?
Okay.
Well, let's hope it goes down.
You know
well
this out?
No, we'll try another one.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Delicious.
Oh my goodness. Can you believe this, Jason? That's incredible.
Hey, but you have to remember he was a fire eater.
Oh, you're right. You did eat fire.
It is a lot of mind over matter. That sword, I had to swallow it once this morning just so that my mind knew that I could do it. Otherwise, some swords I can swallow and some others I just, my mind, it is mind over matter.
Now, what is the limit? Because the first one was probably how many inches?
That one's about 16-inch long blade, about 20-inch sword.
This one obviously is longer. So how do you know at what point you're ready to, go to the next level? And
you just kind of work up to it. Really, the first step is getting past the gag reflex and then finding the right alignment, having to flip the epiglottis back, nudge the heart aside, slide it down the esophagus, and then past the breastbone and on into the stomach. So,
have you ever done that? Have you ever flipped your epiglottis back and nudged your heart a little bit?
I don't have the epiglottis for this.
So easy.
I don't think I do either.
I was going to say, it's so easy a caveman could do it. So,
right.
Yeah, right.
No caveman here.
Works for the car insurance
that's
anyway.
Right, that's right. Now I'm going to try a little bit longer one here. This is a double-edged sword. I'm going to slide it down here.
I know all about double-edged swords.
Indeed.
Yes, I love those. I'm going to go ahead and slide this one down here. This will go actually past my belly button here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bow forward a little bit. I'll slide around this way. And Lisa, I'll ask you to grab it with your right hand and pull it straight out and then hold it straight up over your head.
Okay, wait. I'm left-handed, so I'll have to grab it with my left hand. Is that okay?
Left hand will work. That's fine.
I'm really terrified about
this.
Just
whatever you do, don't take your time. Go ahead and pull it out fairly quickly, or my stomach can puncture against the bottom of the blade. So pull it fairly, but not too fast, or it could slice the sides of my throat. So just at a medium speed.
I'm going to step out of the way for this one.
Pressure this is?
Nah, it's okay. I'm doing all the work here.
Steve's already passed out over
across the studio. We need to practice before this is in there.
Just pull it straight out.
At what speed? Like this?
About medium speed, but pull it upwards. I don't want you to
Steve is laughing. This is not funny.
Otherwise, it'll scrape my backbone as you pull it up. It'll kind of like whatever you do. Don't go like this, okay? It's not a joystick. And just whatever you do, don't push.
Okay, so I'm going to do it like...
Pull it straight out.
Like this.
That's right.
I'm scared about this.
You can do it. Come on, Lisa. You can do it.
Okay, let's go.
If I got the guts to do it, you get to pull it out of my guts. How's that?
Oh, my gosh.
You ready?
Yes.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Am I ready? Here goes.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that.
Is it over? I closed my eyes.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, I said a prayer.
Good, thank you.
Dan, that was great.
Well,
thank you
Appreciate
so much. So you just decided because there were so few sword swallowers that she would take it up after fire eating. And
Very quickly, you have a website, don't you?
www.swordswallow.com is actually the website for general information, and swordswallow.org is the Sword Swallowers Association International. And I do perform at churches around the area here for Upward Unlimited programs and different things.
Fantastic.
goodness.
Very
Hey,
impressive, Dan.
I have a question.
Yes.
Steve has a
Dan
question.
got into it because there were only a few guys. Lisa, there's only, what, one woman?
I'm going to pass on that, Steve. No thanks.
She doesn't
no thanks.
Doesn't have the epiglottis for it.
We're going to take a quick break, but we will be right back. Much more news is on the way. You're watching News Channel 19 this morning. Yes, we even have sword swallowing.
You're watching WHNT News Channel 19 this morning with Steve Johnson, Lisa Washington, Greg Screws, meteorologist James Paul Dice, and Robert Reeves on the road. News Channel 19, taking action, getting results.